The universe will give you these signs and be like, slow down. You gotta take a step back. You gotta rewind a little bit. I used to think that resting was a luxury. I think it's just about giving yourself grace about what season of life are you in right now. This is officially the third time that I have tried to record this episode, and I just know that this one is gonna be a winner. Oh, do I have a story to share with you all about how the universe gives you so many tests and signs right before your biggest breakthroughs, and how the universe really shows you exactly what you need when you think that you least need it. The universe is like, no. You asked for this. I really have a story for you guys. My microphone broke. My camera ran out of storage at the end of the episode that I just tried to record. I literally had all these issues with my computer, and it felt like what was a disaster. It's so funny because now I'm looking back on it and like, okay, I could say this is the third time I'm recording this episode and everything sucks and my day is shitty, which is honestly true. But the reason why I'm not going to say that is because it was my limiting thoughts in the first place that caused all of this, and I'm going to share with you exactly why. So if you have ever had a bad day and you're like, one thing after the other just keeps happening, I'm going to show you how to shift it and exactly how I did today. But before we get into that, I want to let you guys know that today is the day of my free masterclass, Manifest Your Dream Business. I am so flipping excited. If you haven't yet, you just need to click the link in the show notes and sign up, because this is truly the best masterclass that I am ever putting out there. It's live, so I will be there live, but I just know in my heart, in my gut, that like this is going to be magic. This is going to be the greatest thing I've ever created. So I'm going to just leave it at that. You can find all the information in the page, the landing page. We're also giving away prizes. So like you definitely want to be there. Trust me. Now, why was today an interesting day? And what does it have to do with today's podcast? So today's podcast is all about being in my hot girl healing era, and being in your healing era is very up and down, right? You're healing. Healing is not a straight line. Growth is not linear. It takes time. It takes patience. It takes trust. This morning, I bought a new microphone, which is the one that you're looking at here. And with this new microphone, I was so excited because my old microphone, what I thought broke, turns out it was my computer that was the problem. It was not the microphone. So I went to B&H, I bought a new microphone. I was like, oh, it's definitely the old microphone because it was giving me this like crackling sound and all this stuff. And then the same thing was happening with this microphone. I'm like, what the heck is going on? So I'm calling my boyfriend, I'm calling my brother, who are like more techie people than I am. And it's funny because like I'm in the online space, so you'd think, oh, she must be really tech savvy, which I am to an extent, but when it gets to this stuff, it totally drains my energy. And I just wanted to be here and like show up, do this podcast for you guys. But these are the ups and downs of being in your hot girl healing era and being in business. I'm calling them, nothing's working out. I'm getting really frustrated and I feel it in my energy, and I'm like trying not to take it out on anybody. So I call Apple because B&H was closed, the microphone store, and they're like, did you try updating your computer? And it's like that classic joke where they're like, update your computer, like that's a simple fix. And that was it. My computer just needed to be updated. So it's really funny to think about this, that I've been trying to record this podcast episode for now a week, to send it out to my team, to edit it and everything. And I'm like, what is going on? And the more that I thought about it, I was like, my energy was not in the best place. Like my energy was not in the best place this morning. It was not in the best place when I tried to record this a couple days ago. And I'm like, what the hell is it? And it's so true that your thoughts create your reality, and everything that you think about is being reflected back to you in your life. So what did I do to shift my energy? I laughed. I transmuted the energy into laughter, and I was like, this is really silly. Like if you really think about it, like this is so silly. Like that's just the word. Like this is so funny. Like what is going on, right? Just kind of shaking it off, kind of like making a joke out of it, because if you're gonna hold that energy in, that's not healthy. So it's healthy to transmute it into something else. So movement, I went to the gym. That really helped me this morning, when even before all the microphone troubles, I kind of just woke up on the wrong side of the bed. And when I woke up, I was like, I gotta move, like just move my body. And like that was really helpful. So just continuously transmuting the energy, giving yourself grace, giving yourself rest. I think it's especially in the moments where we want to push forward, we want to keep going, that the universe will give you these signs and be like, slow down. You gotta take a step back. You gotta rewind a little bit. So that's exactly what happened for me. I got my nails done. If you guys are watching on YouTube, I got my Hailey Bieber nails done. This makes me think of the hot girl healing era that I'm going through in 2023. And it's all about rest, relaxation, and recharging my soul. I used to think that resting was a luxury. I used to think that, oh, if I'm going to take a day off or I'm going to go get acupuncture, like that's a luxury. And now I realize that it is essential, like especially as an entrepreneur, especially as a CEO, like rest and relaxation is huge. I think you normally hear these kinds of things from like millionaires or like people who are ultra successful, and like maybe you look up to me and you think, oh, well, she's so successful, so like she can do that. I don't give myself that permission slip enough. And this year truly taught me that I need to. It was only when I started seeing in my physical health, like I was having a late period, irregular periods, my body was shutting down, like feeling so tired no matter how much I slept. And I was like, I'm stressed out, like I'm burnt out. I gotta really take a chill pill here. So what have I been doing and how have I been able to implement this? Because I think it's easy for me to say, I go to acupuncture and I meditate and I journal and I take time off and I go to the movies with my boyfriend or I watch a TV show. But the truth is that you have to put these things in your schedule as non-negotiables. The same way that I make my workouts a non-negotiable, I'm starting to do that with my rest and relaxation as well. Actually inputting these things into my calendar, like booking my nail appointment in advance, booking my acupuncture appointment in advance, which right now I don't have one, so I have to go book one after this episode, but truly realizing that these are not luxuries, these are necessities. And it doesn't have to be something that you pay for. It could be a long walk. It could be working out. It could be cooking. It could be giving yourself a nourishing meal. Like find these things in your life that are gonna recharge your soul, because in my hot girl healing era, like I sure as hell really need it. So the next part of my hot girl healing era is that I'm preparing for a big move. So I have a lot of things going on. In March, I'm hosting my first in-person retreat in Sedona. At the end of the month, I'm going to work with a business coach in Montana. In April, I'm moving out of my apartment. Plus, my mom's having surgery, so I'm going to Long Island to help her out. It's just so many things are happening, and then I'm preparing for this big move in May. I haven't shared about it fully yet, but it's gonna be a big one. Like, this is a massive thing that I'm doing. I'm waiting for the perfect moment to share it, which I know there'll never be a perfect moment, but I'm thinking like, do I want to make a video? Like, what do I really want to do? So I'm holding off, but I think it's just about giving yourself grace about what season of life are you in right now, because the season of life that I'm currently in is this one that feels very unknown, and looking to create more clarity and ease in my life because a lot of things are unknown. In May, for example, like I don't even know where I'm living yet, which is so crazy to think about, but it's also so exciting that there's so much possibility and so much can happen until then. So knowing what season of life you're in and really just leaning into that season wholeheartedly, because for me, like this season of life that I'm in, it's very up and down, it's very unknown. So just leaning into that unknown, finding my ground, really saying, where can I balance and ground myself? So with this as well is really simplifying my life, becoming more of a minimalist, getting rid of a lot of things. I'm like starting to clear my closet. I'm starting to sell things. I'm really starting to just be more minimal than I already am. I feel like I'm a pretty minimal person. Like I literally wear the same clothes all the time because I hate making decisions and I like just being comfortable. And what I'm realizing through this experience as well is like, there's so much more that I can cut out. Like where's the BS in my life that I need to cut out? Where do I need to set better boundaries? Like I started unfollowing so many people on Instagram that I just don't even talk to. Like they don't appear on my feed anymore. And I'm just like, why am I following these people? Like I never see their posts. They're people that like, I'm like, oh, I went to high school with them, or I went to middle school with them. And I'm like, that is so absurd. I think that we all need to do a little bit of this decluttering, right? Look at your subscriptions. Where are you paying for things that you don't need? Right? Where are you doing these kind of things in your life that it's just piling on top of each other, and now you just have this like overwhelming mountain? And that's kind of how I felt in my business before, and just cutting things out. And with that also comes buying your time back. Like, where are you spending your money? I often think about this. Like, where are you spending your money? How are you buying your time back? How are you buying your freedom back? That is the most important thing, especially as an entrepreneur. So whether you're working a 9 to 5, whether you are in your own business, but you want this like entrepreneur lifestyle, you want this freedom lifestyle, that's more so the word. Where do you need to cut out the BS? Where do you need to cut out the nonsense? And where can you focus your energy more on what's important and what actually matters? What do you need to cut out, like literally and energetic? Some things that I needed to cut out energetically was people. Like, there are people in my life that it's like, I love you from a distance, but they're not adding anything to my life. And I just started setting better boundaries with these people. Like, one of my biggest pitfalls is overextending myself, like saying yes to things that I don't truly want to do or like I don't truly want to go do. And I think it's hard, especially like where I'm in this city where like I grew up on Long Island and I have like so many close people to me. And it's like, I love seeing my friends and I love like being in person with people, but like what's in alignment with my goals and what's not. And people fall into that as well. Like, don't hang out and don't spend your time with people that are in a poor or limited mindset, because that's what you start to become. And like, for me, like, this is really hard. And I think it's tough sometimes, especially when it's people who are really close to you, like people who are like, I love these people, but like they're really toxic for my life. That's when you have to think about like, where can you set better and clearer boundaries? And the parts about entrepreneurship that people don't talk about is like, it's hella freaking lonely. And it's really lonely at times because you start to think differently and other people around you aren't. So where do you need to cut out people in your life? And that's the true healing, like not the TikTok, like facials and going to these like healing things or like buying things for yourself. Like, that can be sometimes, but the true hot girl healing comes from you setting clear and solid boundaries in your life. Because if they're not in alignment with your goals, it's not in alignment with who you desire to be, what you desire in this lifetime, why are you doing it? And that's so important to know. And what is your intention behind everything that you do? Because if you don't have the clearest or the best or the right intentions, you're going to be trapped in a vicious cycle. And take it from me, someone who has been in that cycle of feeling like they're on a hamster wheel. And the truth is, you don't have to do more, you have to do less. You have to cut out the BS, you have to cut out the nonsense, and you have to focus all of your time and energy on the stuff that actually matters, the stuff that's actually going to help you climb a ladder rather than feel like you're running on a treadmill. So if this podcast resonated with you, I really truly know that my free training tonight, Manifest Your Dream Business, is truly going to align with you. So if you haven't yet, make sure you sign up. And if you have signed up, make sure you come live. Being in the live energy is everything. You definitely want to be there live. I'm getting really, really excited for it. I cannot wait to share it. Like, I am truly in my element on my free masterclasses. So you definitely want to be there. If you're on YouTube, make sure to subscribe to this channel. Leave a review on Apple. That would mean a lot for me if you're listening on podcasts. I love reading your reviews. I actually check them daily. I check for new reviews, and it really means a lot, and it really goes a long way. So thank you so much for listening to this episode. I hope you loved it. As always, you can find me on Instagram. Send me a DM. Let's chat. Let me know what you liked. Let me know what you want to hear more of, and I will see you in the next episode.